Here it is, the $1,400 stimulus check specifically focused on Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, and survivors' beneficiaries, as introduced by the Senior Citizens League. Let's get into it and discuss all the latest updates. Really quickly, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as information is changing very rapidly right now, and I am back for you each and every day in videos just like this as your one and only daily advocate, bringing you all the latest updates and helping you out in any way that I can with all of this very important information. So make sure to subscribe down below and feel free to go back and check out any of the other nearly 1,700 videos right here on the channel, and feel free to share them with your friends, family, and social media. All right, let's get into this and talk about the latest updates and the latest information on this $1,400 stimulus check that was introduced by the Senior Citizens League. Now, if you've been watching for a little while now, we've talked about this $1,400 stimulus check out of the Senior Citizens League multiple times over the last week and a half or so, maybe even 2 weeks, simply because they spent the entire month of September gathering signatures on their very important petition that they would be introducing to Congress. Well, last week, early in October, they actually reached out to Congress and sent a letter to almost every member of Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate, and then they also introduced their petition, which according to reports, it looks like it has over 1 million signatures that they gathered in just a matter of a few weeks. That's amazing performance. Seriously, that's a huge turnout. So for all of you who went over there and signed it based on my previous videos and me leaving the links down below, that's amazing. Thank you so much for the support. Here's why. Because the more support we get on this thing, the more that we can continue to support what the Senior Citizens League is doing, and I will continue to endorse and actually advocate for what they're doing here, because they are, remember, a very powerful, influential advocacy group for all of these beneficiaries. So we certainly want to back up what they're doing, because they have a lot of say and a lot of pull with what's going on. So over the last week or so, maybe not quite a week, maybe the last 5 or so days, I've seen a number of comments down below from many of you reaching out saying, hey, can you bring us that letter that they actually sent over to Congress? So in this letter, or in this video, I'm going to be bringing my wife right now, Corey, and she's going to be reading to you a summary of the letter that was sent over to Congress. So with that being said, I'm going to have Corey come in right now. She's going to read that to you. It's only going to take about a minute and a half, and then I will catch you on the other side, and we will go through the key takeaways out of this letter. But I think this is a very well-written letter out of the Senior Citizens League that they sent over to Congress. They did a great job with this, and they pointed out a few things that are very blatantly obvious where Congress needs to take action. All right, Corey, take it away, and I'll see you again in just a minute.
The Senior Citizens League Weekly Newsletter Update. The TSCL proposes a $1,400 stimulus for seniors. Last week, TSCL Chairman Rick Delaney sent letters to the leaders of Congress proposing a one-time $1,400 Social Security stimulus payment for seniors. The letter said in part, "We've heard from thousands of them, seniors, who have exhausted their retirement savings, who have started eating just one meal a day, and started cutting their pills in half because they can't afford their prescriptions. To list just a few of the drastic steps so many have had to take because of what inflation has done to them this year. Many have written to us that our government has forgotten about us. A $1,400 stimulus check for Social Security recipients could be a way to get extra non-taxable income to them. We believe that a special stimulus for Social Security recipients could help defray the higher costs some would face if next year's COLA bumps them into a higher tax bracket, causing higher tax rates on their premium and income and surcharges to their Medicare Part B premiums. While the price of prescription drugs has been a major subject of discussion in Congress this year, we are concerned with the lack of discussion about the issues being faced by seniors when it comes to Social Security. Since we announced our campaign, we have received a large amount of inquiries and coverage by various media. It is unlikely Congress will take action on our proposal this year, but if we can build enough support for seniors for it, we are hopeful it can become a major issue next year and that congressional support for it will grow."
All right, so there it is. As you can see, this is a summary of the letter that was sent over to Congress. To be completely 100% honest with you, I could not find the full letter online. However, this is a summary of the letter based on information that was directly pulled off of the Senior Citizens League website. So this is what was right on their website, a summary of that letter. Like I said, I looked everywhere. For some reason, I could not find the full letter, but this is pretty good right here as it does show some pretty good information in there. Some of the key takeaways that I pulled out of this letter. For number one thing that stood out to me right away is many of the people who are reaching out to the Senior Citizens League, actually advocating for this $1,400 stimulus check, were basically saying, it feels like Congress has completely forgotten about us. Give this video a like if you agree with that. I mean, I'm going to hit the like button like 10 times because here's the deal. I totally 100% agree with that. It does seem like Congress knows what to do, but yet they're turning a blind eye to the whole situation, being like, if we don't give them any attention, we'll just pretend like, they don't know, we don't know that they're even there. It just seems like they're completely forgetting about this huge segment of our population, which, by the way, this is going to encompass about 69 million people in this country. That is a huge percentage of our population. So it just seems like Congress is blatantly, obviously just forgetting about elderly people, seniors, and people with disabilities, which is also kind of interesting because I would have to say the vast majority of Congress is probably falling into the category of seniors and or elderly, right? Just take a look at everybody sitting there in Congress. Yeah, anyway. So my point is, you would think that they would look out for other people within kind of their groups, right? But apparently not, because socially, demographically, they're probably doing pretty well. I mean, pretty much all these people in Congress are multimillionaires. They're doing very, very well. Like hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth in some instances, tens of millions of dollars. So they're certainly not struggling by any means at all, which is a sad situation. But anyway, so that's one key takeaway that I saw right in there. Something else in this letter, obviously, they make it very clear. They talk about this $1,400 stimulus check, and they say this would be a great way to get non-taxable income to the people. Yeah, as I've said so many times now, stimulus checks are not counted as income, not counted as resources, and it is not taxable income. The best of all the worlds. It's literally just a direct payment from the government where they send you this money and say, basically spend it on whatever you want. It's not going to be counted against you. It's not going to reduce other benefits, and it's not going to be taxable. Therefore, it's literally the best of all the worlds. However, as we all do know, this COLA raise that was just introduced yesterday, again, it's going to boost up benefits. Therefore, it could be lifting some people into a category in which now your income is taxed higher because your income has bumped up just enough into the next tax bracket, and or you may be losing other benefits as a result, which I just talked about yesterday as well in one of my videos. I said, hey, I've been reading through the comments section, and it looks like a lot of you are pretty upset with this whole COLA right now because now you're going to lose your SNAP benefits. You're going to lose some of your rental assistance. You're going to lose your utility assistance. So, like I said in my video yesterday, net, at the end of the day, you might be getting absolutely less because you might be getting more on your Social Security, but yet you're going to be losing other benefits. Therefore, it's a net loss. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to anybody. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty logical person. I try to think through things logically, and this doesn't make any logical sense to me, right? Give somebody a raise so that we can take it all away in a different form. So, I don't know. Just doesn't make any sense. So anyway, some real key takeaways out of that letter. But yes, either way, this is an awesome letter, once again, sent over to Congress from the Senior Citizens League, calling on them to issue this $1,400 stimulus check. I think they're doing an amazing thing here. We want to keep talking about this because it's very important. The more information that we get on this $1,400 stimulus check, the more kind of attention that we give it, the better likelihood that it'll actually be happening at some point. So we've got to continue to give this thing some attention, because if we just kind of walk away from it and be like, oh, it was a nice letter, it was a nice push, it was a nice petition, and then it'd be like, well, that was nice, but it's not going to happen, then guess what? It's probably not going to happen. We've got to stay on this stuff. That's why we continue to hammer down on this, because the more attention that you give something, the higher likelihood that it'll actually happen, right? So anyway, hope that makes sense. Either way, for those of you who've been reaching out asking for this letter, again, this is a summary. If you can find the full letter, please let me know. I looked a bunch of places. I could not find the full letter that was sent to Congress, but this was a pretty nice summary pulled right off of the Senior Citizens League website. So They're doing good things. By the way, if Senior Citizens League is watching this by any chance, hey, we love what you guys are doing, and we're going to continue to endorse and back up the movement that you guys have going, because seriously, we have been trying to advocate for additional stimulus checks for probably 9 months now. I don't even know. 8 months now since the last one was issued. It was a nice little relief, but I think many people in this community were feeling like, once again, it was too little too late. We need another one to get our head above water, and that's where we're sitting right now. So again, please don't worry. I'll continue to be here for you every single day with all the latest updates. Make sure to subscribe down below so you can stay tuned with all of my updates that are coming out a few times each and every day. And I promise you, I'll continue to be here for you, working on your behalf as your one and only daily advocate. So again, subscribe down below, share this video with your friends, family, social media. Let's get the word out. Let's get more people behind this. Let's get some momentum behind the movement, and let's keep pushing on Congress. Literally, put the pressure on, turn up the heat, and make them squirm a little bit, right? Yes. Anyway, enjoy your day. I'll catch you again later in the next update. I'll see you soon. See ya.